What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny. Back in here with one more reaction video, ladies and gentlemen. And today, I got an interesting video for you. I've took the time, I've done some research, I've been looking through some articles, just trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm just going to present what I've been able to put together and why I say propaganda is at an all-time high. So as we all know, the Roe versus Wade has been overturned and the world has been running crazy. And I've seen an article like from MSNBC that said this is going to make mass incarceration go up. I've seen articles that say this is going to increase the homicide rate, and I'm just really confused on how the whole deletion is falling on the black community once again. But I've always said it, if you need to get your movement pushed, just join the 1964 Civil Rights Bill. They'll amend it, they'll add some XYZ to it, and you're a part of the community now. I mean, you see the flags, they got 45 different colors and black and brown and all kind of bull stuff. But I looked up, Jesse Jackson gave a speech at North Carolina A&T back in 1964, where he was encouraging students to battle the odds. He talked about how he was born to a teen mother out of wedlock and how her doctors encouraged his mother to abort him, but if she did, there would be no Jesse Jackson. And now you fast forward to now, and he's pro women's rights, as you call it. But he wrote a letter in January 1977, National Right to Life, open letter to Congress, where he said there was no way he could support a public policy of killing infants. That was in 77, and now he's switched. And I was just really trying to figure out, when did the black community become so pro-abortion? As I've stated, my mother was pregnant at 14 as well, had a baby, gave that baby up for adoption, and I have an older brother somewhere in this world, never met him, but my mother gave him life. So, man, I was doing all this research and digging, and I found one page that said the myth of black abortions being genocide, which it looked like it was written by some real liberal article, but I'll put that in the description because everybody's free to read what they want. But I came across this clip, and this sounds more accurate. This reminds me of my grandma, but I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to let y'all decide. Does this seem like the black people you grew up with, or let's see.
All of a sudden, we were given this free thing from the Society of America, abortion. 78% of your free abortion clinics were placed in black and urban areas for the purpose of something free of charge from a racist society. As to put it in words of one pro-abortionist, we don't need so many Negroes anymore. There's no more cotton to pick. These feelings about black people, this was one way of doing it as a social benefit, if you will. We're here to help you. Black women, and let it be stated, black women never demonstrated, demanded, or even requested the right to an abortion. We've been asking for the right to decent housing, the right to education, in fact, the right to health care. And all we've been given, free of charge, is the right to kill our unborn child. We are still struggling for equally.
Now, that sounds a lot different from what we hear in the mainstream media. Now, what is tied together is still struggling for equal opportunity. But I got to go back to what Malcolm X said on Political Chumps. This so-called party of inclusion doesn't give you anything that benefits yourself. I don't know many women. Well, I'll take that back because social media has changed the world in 2022. I didn't know many women who are proud to say they got rid of a kid. I didn't know many women who are proud to say they had one-night stands and ended up pregnant and decided it was best for their career that they delete the baby. I'm really at disbelief on what I'm seeing from a lot of women on social media. You want to say it's cat, but I think they embolden just to share these stories because they're saying uplift women and inspire women. But what you're doing is putting an imaginary box around you that ain't no man ever gonna want to be near you. Ever, 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 ever. But how have we gotten to a point in society where killing babies is like the norm? And I'm saying it as a father of 7 kids. My grandmother would have never walked around supporting that. My mother would have never supported that. But something has changed in this last 10, 20 years. There's 20 different types of birth control. There's so many different condom brands. There's the Plan B pill. There's the pull-out. I mean, there's the no sex before marriage. And to say that we have to because we're humans and we have to engage in all these things to chase pleasure. As I've said, man, if you chase pleasure, you'll find nothing but pain in your life. Because where attention goes, energy flows. Question why the world throws sexuality at you by the time you're 5 years old. Because it doesn't want you to discover your greatness. If you read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, it says most men don't become successful until after 40 because that's when they learn to master their sexual energy. What if you learn to master your sexual energy at 16? Imagine what you accomplish, young men and young women. But imagine the mental effects of being sexual at 15, throwing a baby away. Then having a 3-4 year gap and then throwing another baby away at 19. And then, oh, you got a good job and you in college and I throw the baby away at 26. Mentally, you damaging yourself. Because you can hide all your scars and trauma from the world, but you got to deal with it on the inside. And if you laying down with a man enough to give him your body unprotected, you have to care about him some way. And if you don't, then you got to question, why don't you care about yourself enough to value who you give your body to? But let's run this back one more time just so we can really let it stick in your head. As I said, I've never seen a massive black women being pro-abortion until the media got a hold of this topic this year.
All of a sudden, we were given this free thing from the Society of America, abortion. 78% of your free abortion clinics were placed in black and urban areas for the purpose of something free of charge from a racist society. As to put it in the words of one pro-abortionist, we don't need so many Negroes anymore. There's no more cotton to pick. These feelings about black people.
You know, my mom used to say that if a woman would kill a kid, what do you think she would do to you? And as men, you have to understand, this woman is potentially supposed to be your wife. Love, honor, obey. And be by your side through thick and thin. If she would take a kid's life, man, look here. She'd stab you in the back while you're sleeping.
This was one way of doing it as a social benefit, if you will. We're here to help you. Black women, and let it be stated, black women never demonstrated, demanded, or even requested the right to an abortion.
As Malcolm X said, only a fool will let his enemy educate his children. And look what's happened since the enemy has took over.
We've been asking for the right to decent housing, the right to education, in fact, the right to health care. And all we've been given, free of charge, is the right to kill our unborn child.
All while making it seem like it's a benefit. Hey, ladies, that baby that you have in your belly, you could just discard it for, like, you don't need it anyway. Like, it's going to slow you down. It's going to hold you back. You can get out here and sleep with another man and get pregnant by him and just come get another. Man, mentally, I would love to sit down and talk to a woman who's had multiple abortions, because there has to be some type of mental effects that come along with it. I know what growing up in a dangerous environment mentally did for me. I know what being exposed to a lot of homicides did with me. I know what seeing so many dead bodies did to my mental. I know what having dead children. I know what having a mother overdose did to me. But I don't carry life inside my body. That's something I can never do. And I just couldn't imagine the mindset of somebody who knows that you got this baby inside of you. You feel it moving. You feel it growing. You're like, you know what? Get him out of here. Abortion is murder, no matter how you want to look at it. I'm not judging you because we all are human. I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. But I would never encourage the generation under me to make my same mistakes. I'm not telling people to have baby mamas or have kids out of wedlock. Could be reckless. As an adult, it's your job to be truthful with the kids up under you. And this is disheartening that so many women are lying to the younger generation of women just so they could be lonely and single and unhappy just like them. Your body is the most valuable thing that you have as a young woman. And as my grandpa used to always say, don't buy the cow if you can get the milk for free. And if you look around, it seems like everybody giving their milk away for free. Free samples on deck. But yeah, man, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Share this far and wide, and just research for yourself, think for yourself, because propaganda is everywhere. And as I said, if you walk down the street and ask 10 people what's propaganda, 7 of them will not know. And when you give them the truth, they're going to get a little upset at you. But just keep speaking the truth, and God will send your tribe to you. Like the video, like I said, man. Until next time, we out.